Hello everyone, welcome to Marky Big Smoke. Thanks for joining me, really appreciate it. Going to give a quick update today, starting with this massive pile of half rotten wood. A very good neighbour said they weren't using it, it was out on their front drive, they were just going to have it collected by the garden waste people, and I thought, hang on, this stuff's quite brittle, it's perfect for putting through the shredder. So, free wood chips guys, free wood chips from the neighbours. This one is a Bosch AXT 25C turbine cut system, whatever that means. I think it means there's a rotary blade in there somewhere. There's the bucket for picking up and collecting all the pieces. Now, as a safety feature, the bucket's got to be under, the guard's got to be on, and this bit's got to be screwed up tight, so there's no way you can put your hand anywhere near the blade, otherwise it won't work. It's got an automatic cut-off around the back and rewind feature. You can press stop, go, rewind. Just wanted to show you this. Perfect wood chips. That's the whole pile gone except for a few wider bits that I couldn't get through the neck of the chipper. Well, that's another 1.5 tubs, near enough. I've got a few big ones left over here, big branches that can't fit through that shredder, but I'm just going to let them rot down in the garden. 4 recycling bins or tubs of free wood chips. I say 4. 3 1/3. But I mean, that's good material. That's going to go on the paths. Which paths? Not quite sure yet, but I've got a project in mind and I'm saving up these wood chips, and these are all free from a friendly neighbour. So keep your eyes peeled, you never know what you can find for free. And inspiration from Terry King. If you haven't seen his channel, please go and look at it. I'll put a card up there. He's inspired me to do all these extra little bits of gathering resources for free. Now, this is my one cucumber plant that I left in the greenhouse, and that's what I've been getting these little gherkin cucumbers from. As you can see, the leaves have gone a bit yellow. I think they've got some kind of deficiency, nitrogen or whatever. It seems to be surviving though. And I've let it grow up to the window. Trained it along here. You've got quite a few flowers though. And then, as you can see, got another one on the way here. Now, my strawberries are doing very well this year. I'm going to leave that for a bit longer. I'm picking the strawberries daily. Here's a strawberry. That is, I'm definitely going to pick. Now I'm going to pick it from here further up, and I'm going to leave the top on, and that's because I'm going to wash it and freeze it. And I've been collecting all of my strawberries this year. Instead of eating them, I'm collecting them until I've got a full crop of strawberries, and then I'm going to attempt to make some jam. But that's lovely. That's a nice little strawberry. That's today's little harvest of strawberries. I'm going to give them a quick wash, put them separately on a tray in the freezer, and then when they're frozen, put them in a bag with the others. So I planted peas in these raised beds, which I previously used for flowers. You can see it there along the back. I planted peas. I took some flowers out from the middle, from the front, and I planted rows of peas, and as you can see, they're beginning to come through. I'm going to pick one of these pea pods and just show you, because some of them are more fatter than others. Look at this one. I'm going to take this pea pod off of here and I'm going to open it up, and actually, look at that. Do you know what? I'm going to actually taste one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 peas in there. And I'm going to take one out. The taste of fresh peas straight from the pod, you can't beat it. These are looking slightly small, but let's see if they're actually even ready to eat. Here's the peas I've just picked fresh out the pod. I'm going to taste it right in front of you. Let's do a taste test. Oh yeah. Quite nice. I think they could be a bit bigger. Do you know what, guys? They're absolutely delicious. Still quite nice, you know, quite soft. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to wait one more week, I think, before I try another pod. But that was a nice little taste test. My peas this year have been very successful, and do you know why? Because in the UK, it's not, well, I don't think, I mean, I'm not an experienced gardener, I'm not even a proper gardener. I'm just trying stuff out. But I think because I started the peas off in water and then planted them in the greenhouse, or I sowed them, because I sowed them in the greenhouse and let them germinate in the greenhouse, which was heated, I think that got them off to a good start. So I'm very pleased with my peas this year. That, as we say in the UK, is a big one. That is a large courgette or zucchini, and I'm really liking that. And there's another one growing just behind it. This plant, and there's another one under there. This plant, this courgette plant is doing very well. And it's only in an old raised bed that I made from old pallet wood. I don't know if you can see there. So this one I'm going to cut today, and I'm going to use that in the cooking today. That is a beauty. One lovely, perfect courgette. I've actually finally got a bit of rhubarb coming through. Look at that, rhubarb. These are my first early potatoes. Remember, I've got 12 bags of seed potatoes, 3 in each one. You've got 4 bags of first earlies there. They're due to be turned out now. I'm going to have a look at one of the bags. Again, it was in not very good compost, guys, so I'll know if it hasn't done well, I know why. Then you've got the main crop here, which will be ready in September, end of September. And then you've got over here next to my seating area, you've got in front of the rhubarb I've just shown you, we've got second early potatoes, which will be ready in July. So this first plant on the end is the one I'm going to try to crop, basically. So I'm going to cut them right off at the bottom, and then that's going to go on the compost heap. Again, just to remind you, the soil, the compost in these bags wasn't the best, and I left it quite rough. So I will be surprised if I get a lot of potatoes out of that. I didn't have much soil in there, and I could have topped it up more, but I ran out. Do you remember? Literally, I've been scrabbling around, and to be honest with you, during the lockdown, I didn't want to go try and find compost, and I don't want to pay through the odds. So this is my old rough and ready compost, been going for about 1.5 years. It just didn't break down enough. I'm learning all the time, guys. Let's empty it out into this bucket. Well, you are not going to believe this, but I've just seen some big potatoes in there, guys, and I'm very excited. Look at the size of that one. That's a potato. Okay, I've got a couple of smaller ones as well, but look at that already. Put my hand in. That's what I got. There's more in here. Right, I believe these were Winston potatoes, actually. I'll just check in my diary. Yeah, first early Winston potatoes. So these Winston potatoes are doing all right, aren't they? You know, they were dead cheap from the local DIY store. I mean, there's some quite good sizes in there, believe it or not. These are my rhubarb plants, which I planted from seed this year. I've got about 4 rhubarb plants that I want to develop. Anyway, they've been quite successful. I planted those from seed in a pot, put them in the greenhouse, and I transplanted them outside a few weeks ago, and now they're growing nicely. Back outside in the garden, got some lovely roses growing over the top of this rose arch. I've also got this summer flowering jasmine growing in between the roses. They're just starting to come out. They've got the most wonderful smell on these jasmine. So we've got more coriander here, guys. Gone to seed again. I don't know what happened. Probably my inexperience, but I'm sure they're still edible. But I'm going to try and collect some of these coriander seeds. Right, I'm going to see what happens. Some of them I've tried to nip them, pinch them out at the top to see if they'll bush out, but this is a very shallow tray, it might not work. Don't know about you guys, but I've noticed I've got tons of tomato plants coming up everywhere. And I'm thinking, it's just occurred to me that this is from old tomato seeds that were in the compost from last year. Anyway, the thyme's doing well in there. That's lovely. There we go, guys. First proper harvest of the year for me. Freshly harvested potatoes, those lovely gherkin cucumbers, a handful of freshly picked strawberries, that beautiful courgette, and some homegrown fresh rhubarb, guys. I'm very pleased with that for today's harvest. I could get the bug here. Tasted those delicious peas in that pod earlier. I think I've got the growing bug. I just need more land. Hope you enjoyed that extra little look around the garden, and keep your eyes peeled for free stuff. And I'm building up my supply of free wood chips. Thanks for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed it. If you did, give me a thumbs up, leave a little comment down below, ring the bell. See you again soon on Marky Big Smoke. Shedwars!